Hey everyone, and welcome back into another Dinkum day. Now GM is still having a few things going on for her, so she won't be joining us today, which means I am going to, instead of play on our little vampire world, I have been chatting on and off with a couple of really good friends that have just started playing Dinkum, and it appears they might need a little bit of help clearing some things up. So I thought, why not a little bit of Q&A, a little bit of basics, just to help you guys along. How does that sound to everyone? Hey Melancholia, how you doing? Hi Kat. What's happening? Get this music down a little bit. There we go. All right. So hi. I am on an established island, but I will be, as you can see down the bottom there, using some of the basic tools and things to connect some dots for you guys. Now, I got your notebook out and ready to go there, Shots? Okay, so Deeds did bring up an interesting thing about the farming and not knowing what to connect with it or how to get everything that you need. As it so happens, rain is the bearer of most of the good stuff. So what you would need to do, of course, is get your farming license. You can't do this without that. And it levels up just the same as any others. But as far as the tools go, where did you go, Miss Rain? Hang on, let me in. Okay, as far as the tools go, as you can see, you actually buy the hoe and the watering can. They're not things that you can make. You do have to be able to get them from in here. You'll need both before you do any sort of planting. Hi, Rain. She also sells the awesome little melon scarecrows and pumpkin scarecrows. I know she does the pumpkin one, but she definitely does the melon one. You will need one of these as well, because even if you do fence in your farmland, you will have birds that come and eat your seeds. This is the only way to keep them away. So when you plan to start your crops, plan to have enough dinks aside to be able to get your hoe, your watering can, a scarecrow, and some seeds. And you know those big, beautiful purple trees that you see around, the jacarandas? This is also where you get them from. It's from rain. So that was one thing that was brought up in an earlier stream by Cactus Dan, is like not knowing that you had to get the hoe and stuff like that from rain as well. So I thought I'd show you that. No, so there's no durability on the scarecrows, Cat. They will last forever. I'll give you a look at them over here. Oh, I get lost in my own place now. That's right, we can swim. There's a shark, we're not swimming. We're going to take a boat. Okay. Nope, go backwards, go backwards. All right, there we go. So we have a look over here. It might be also productive to, in the beginning, leave room for some sprinklers as you're building your farm, if you plan to have it in the same spot that you start your farm out. Normally, I have a little area where I will start my farming, and then I'll change it to a bigger area where I can actually plan out properly with sprinklers and things. So these are scarecrows, and as you can see, there's absolutely no durability on them. They just are, and they'll keep all the nasty birdies away. Nice, you can buy the scarecrow now. Last I played, you had to make it, and it was rough at the start. Yeah, that was quite a while ago. But yeah, so you buy the scarecrow off of rain, so that's really good. Now, while we're still on the farming, is there any questions that you guys have in regards to that? Yeah, so they certainly do cover a certain amount of crop blocks. Now, I believe it is, let me just double check with the awesome wiki. Cover. That's a very good question. So the basic scarecrow will cover 11 by 11 square area. So that's heaps. That's so much for, like, I don't have to have this many scarecrows, but I do because it's such an odd shape in here. Sprinklers, is there a range? Yep, so again, the sprinklers will also have a range. Their range is more, sprinkler. Okay, so the standard sprinkler covers the 3x3 area itself and the 8 surrounding tiles, and an advanced sprinkler will cover a 5x5 area. So you can certainly plan it out so it maximizes the use of your sprinklers as well. You will also want to get yourself a scythe, because it makes things much easier when getting stuff off when you don't have a tractor. The tractor itself that you will want to use when you're further along with your farming and you've got bigger farms, you get from Franklin. That one's not something that you get from Rain. That is something that you will have to order from Franklin. No, it doesn't. Oh, I just picked up a ramp. Whoops. Excuse me, walk that way. So I grab up my sprinkler there. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. However, there is another tool that comes in handy, and I'll show you what that one is. And that's the tape measure that you can buy in John's place. So I can easily measure out, say, the 3x3, and know that my sprinkler has to go in the middle there, or scarecrow, whichever one you sort of go for. Yeah, that's right. So you do the 5x5 instead of the 3x3, and you pop the scarecrow here in the middle. Oh, not the scarecrow, the sprinkler here in the middle, and then you know where your next one is supposed to be, which will be, that's in the middle. You've got 2 to the side, so you'd go 2 in, and then it would be here, the next one. Yeah, tape measure is amazing because then you can also pre-plan for your buildings as well. So if you want to know where to place down a building and you're like, do I have enough room for it over here? You can just grab out your tape measure and go, okay, we need a 5x5 square for this building and a 7x8 for that building, and oh no, it's not going to fit there, or it is going to fit here, that sort of thing. Yes, hello Melbourne. We do know each other. Yeah, tape measures are one of those quality of life tools. You don't necessarily need it, but it does make things a lot easier. So I'd say those would be the basic things that you need to know about the farming. Definitely make sure that you have enough first, Dinks-wise, to cover all those basic tools and items first. It's going to make it a hell of a lot easier as you go along. I'm trying to think what other questions came up. There were a lot of questions during Dan's stream. I was like, so many questions. Now let's see, what else was there? Food. Okay, yes. So it seems Dan was struggling a lot with food and what to do in the beginning and that sort of thing. Won't it also show the windmill is in range? Yeah, yes, I believe the windmill does. Okay, so you can check the windmill's range in Dinkum by using the tape measure on the windmill itself, which will visually display its effective 14 tile range. Okay, so food-wise, we're in the wrong spot for food. Okay, so biggest tip that I can say, like, everybody has their own ways to play. Okay, so this is just my way of doing things and the way that I found works for me. Of course, there are many Dinkum content creators out there which will have lots of different how-tos and tutorials and the ways that they do it too, which may even be more efficient than mine. Who knows? It probably is. But basically, when you first get into the game, you get your first hunting license and your first weapons, the best things to get are your croco meat and your cooked giant drumstick and your meat on a stick. Before that, you'll be left at the very first few days before you get your hunting license and sort of build up a little bit. you will be eating your cooked cactus figs or your fruit salads in order to maintain that stamina. But this is a good combination because we've got your croco meat that ups your health a bit. We've got your giant drumstick, which does your stamina. And you top it off with meat on a stick for some healing. Yay. Okay, so the windmill. Do I have... Yeah, I have it over here. I'll show you what that looks like with this as well. The windmill will actually speed up production of things, and that's why I have it over in my production area here. And as you can see, I click on it and it shows exactly how big a coverage area it has. So that's massive. It makes charging quicker, it makes cooking quicker, it makes, you know, smelting and grinding and sawing quicker. All the things. Now you can also, early game wise as well, which is why we always encourage you to have an orchard, is to make jams and teas, which you can make in these little billy pots. They will help you with your early game stamina and health as well. You want 7 of them. Can we have it in real life too? I wish. I think I could use probably 3 or 4 at home myself. Because I know most of you guys know about, you know, making your orchards to begin with so that you've got fruit supply coming in, because that's really good, not just early game food, but it's also a good early sort of money maker as well if you want to sit there and cook food and that. One thing I also noticed that a couple of people were struggling with was routine. And that being like, when should you do what to maximize your day in Dinkum? That one seems to be something that we all struggle with no matter what. However, my recommendation is, if you are cooking food, if you are smelting, if you need to, you know, saw your logs and things like that, do these things at night when everything is shut and you don't need stamina. Because none of these things cost you stamina. So you could literally sit there at midnight and do all of this pre-smelting and cooking and all that sort of thing, ready for the next day or next few days. What's happening in chat there? Sorry, I didn't say hello to Deeds or to Tabby. Hi guys. All right, questions. Okay, so what we're looking at there is your brewing license will unlock the billy can kit. And that'll give you the recipes for the brewing drinks and jams as well. So to make the billy tea using the billy can kit in Dinkum, you need the brewing license level 1. So you can get it quite early on in the game, which is unlocked after obtaining the logging license. So once you have the logging license, you can then get the brewing license, which means you're able to do those jams and stuff like that, tea and coffee and all that sort of thing. And you do that by doing different fruits and flowers and stuff in them. How do you go about making more complex foods? Okay, so that comes down a lot to ingredients as well. And what we do is, so you need to use the cooking table, of course, which is right. No, that's the crafting table. There's my cooking table. So your cooking table's here. A lot of it really comes down to your ingredients. So you'll also need to unlock licenses for new cooking stations and recipes throughout playing, so don't forget that. It's all about the licenses there. But foraging, fishing, hunting and farming will provide you with all the basic ingredients. You will also need to, of course, get your things like, okay, these things you won't be able to actually make with your fish roe until you get fish ponds and breed your fish. So that's more advanced game stage. If you're wanting to make more simpler ones that you can get a little bit earlier on, then you'll have to have your farm established and stuff like that, at least a little bit, so that you're able to get things like, let's say, have a look at the Lamington here. So flour, sugar, you know, milk, this sort of stuff comes mostly from your animals or from grinding other products that you get from farming. Where'd my Dinkum game go? There it is. How to keep the stamina up so he doesn't pass out. Okay, so that is a matter of paying attention. You kind of just have to pay attention to your stamina bars and your health bars, and make sure to eat when it's available. So up here in the left hand corner here, you'll see that my food at the moment will last me another 10 minutes for the meat on the stick and 6 minutes for the other one, and they'll count down. And as it counts down, you know, that gets obviously smaller as well. So once that goes, you'll have a space or 3 or more in your little circle here, which means that you can eat more. Which animals should be focused on and how to set up for a coop and chooks and all that. Okay. All right. Animals. Let's go meet Mr. Irwin. Oh, states. Yeah. You know, we're gonna just turn the day back a bit because we need to be able to do the things. Let's go back to 10 a.m. Okay. All right. We'll just skate over there. Animals. First go-to are your chickens. You have to unlock your handling licenses for animals. So your first handling license will allow you to have chickens and some of the best early game stamina food. Oh god, I'm picking things up and throwing things off again. Whoops. What did I just throw down there? Oh, fence. Let me go fix that. I'll fix that. All my fencing is underwater here because I'm all the way out in the ocean and it stops them from... Let me put it down. You're not going to let me do that without the diving helmet, are you? No, you're not. Okay, so I have to get the diving helmet to fix that one. That's okay, we've got a flare in the way. Anyway, so eggs. Eggs are amazing. Eggs are good. Eggs you can munch on for forever. So get your chickies in. Now, but there's also a trick to this. When you do get your chickens, or you're getting any kind of animals, you need to make sure you get their accessories, okay? So when you go into Irwin's, oh, where is he gone? He's over here somewhere. Oh, he's over there, okay. Over here. All right, so when you go into Irwin's, you'll find that you're able to get... Oh, chicken whistle. Babies, cute little babies. But what you need to do is, most importantly, is you will need to get your feeders, because otherwise if they don't eat, they don't grow. And in the beginning, you will need to have also the animal brush, because if you don't clean them and you don't feed them, they will get sick. Yes, cook the eggs. Yes, Tabby, I will specify that because, you know, that's also been a thing as well. People haven't realized that you need to cook things. You do need to cook the eggs, just like you need to cook the cactus fig. Please do not eat cactus fig unless it's cooked, because it will damage your health. Yeah, so as I said, get your chickens first. Make sure to get the brush. Make sure to get the feeder. If you're not able to get your hands on actual food, I'll show you how to make some actual animal food, especially if you don't have the money for it in the beginning. Yeah, the brush and the sickness is a new thing, but it is there, so we do need to take care of them. Now, you don't have to have their huts up to start with. It is highly recommended, though, because it will keep them healthier longer. So with chickens, you've got the little huts per chicken. And your little feeders. Eventually, you'll be able to get silos that auto-feed as well as these little shower things that will auto-clean them as they walk through. You must make sure to always, every day, hut your chickens. No. Oh, shite. Hang on. Let's get these guys back here. My bad. Okay. Pat your chicken. Do not open the gate. Okay, let's pat Bruce. There we go. Pat them, clean them, love them. And that'll help you get up to the stage where you're able to get the big chicken egg, which is even better. 1 feeder per animal, correct. One chicken or animal per den, that's right. Yeah, it's highly recommended to get those things before even bothering to get the animal, honestly. Because if you're not cleaning it and you're not feeding it, you're not looking after it, it's not going to produce anything for you and it's going to be sick. So yeah, runaway chickens, they scare me. Like, I built this deliberately like this because it was really cool, but then I get really, really paranoid when they're near the edge. I'm like, don't jump in, little chickens. Used to stress me every single time I came onto this island. Fencing underwater stop them from leaving the island? Yes, absolutely, it does. Actually, I need to maybe... Yeah, that's blocked there at the moment, so they can't get past there. They won't go out. Okay. Now, as far as your other animals go, you get eggs from your chickens. You get wool from your pleeps. They're not woolly at the moment because I haven't been here to feed them and love them. They'll get a woolly coat, and you've actually got a pair of shears that you get from Irwin, and you give them a trim each day. And as far as these guys go, well, your wombats, you milk them, and that's where you get your milk from. The more they're loved, the higher level that they are, the higher quality milk you get. So you get normal milk and your high quality milk, just like you get your big and your small eggs. So if a recipe asks for eggs, do you cook them first and then add them? Only if it says, only if it asks for cooked eggs, which I don't believe it does. So no, you don't cook them first. Yes, okay, Crush. As far as I said, with not being able to afford food, or if Erwin's gone away and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to get food, you can definitely go to your little mills, put some grass seeds in, and it spits out animal food. I'll give you a little bit of a show on that. Dunk, dunk, dunk. So that would be, where are my mills? Where do I have them? I don't remember where anything is on this island. But yeah, so you've got your mills that you can put things in to create other recipe items, and that just requires grass seed for the chicken food or the animal food. No, we don't want that at all. Now, I don't think I've missed any other questions, have I, so far? What are all the cooking stations? So basically, it is the cooking table. That's your cooking station. This is your mill that you use to turn all sorts of things into stuff. Yeah, you can use corn. It's just expensive to grow it and then just use it in the animal feed. It's much easier just to go out and, you know, whack down a whole lot of normal grass through the bushland and pick up those grass seeds. My little bit of fence. Whoops. No, so you can't feed them grass seed. You've got to take the grass seed and you've got to put it in your mill that looks like this, and that will turn it into animal food. Now, as far as going back to the routine thing that I was talking about beforehand, where to make sure to do all that sort of stuff at night. What you can do during the day, if you know that you need to go out for any kind of resources or any particular kind of jobs, run around quickly in the morning, grab everybody's job, and then go out and just get things along the way. If you don't get everybody's job done, it's not that huge. It's not huge, like you're not going to, you know, your game's not going to crash, you're not going to die from it or anything like that. Some of them you're not going to make. It simply affords you the time to be able to do it while you're out and about getting resources, or while you're out and about trying to do your metal detecting and get those supplies in and things like that. You can be like, oh, okay, what do I need to get along the way? There's a good one for the crops as well. What you should do is get over here. Blah. Is get the composter. I have mine set up over here with the animals because, well, they poop a lot. And that's how you make your fertilizer. It's collecting up the poops. Give me all the poops. And you pop them in to make fertilizer. Oh, crush, yep, you get more pats, okay. You know what, learning by accident like that, Deeds, is actually quite a lot of fun. Because you never quite know exactly what James put in. So just grab stuff, walk up to a random machine and try and put it in. That is until you get the machine book and it tells you exactly what you can do. Okay, are there any further questions in regards to animals or daily routine? The machine book you will find in John's shop. Oh look, we got an alpha request. That's good. That helps, that helps. Don't forget, guys, to also check your calendar when you're here so you know whose upcoming events and birthdays are coming. Okay, so when you go and visit Rain, just make sure that we can actually get there in time. Yeah, when we go and visit Rain, she will actually tell you when you click on the seeds what they are, if they grow all year round or in a certain season or not, and how long it takes them to grow and what they produce. Okay? And this actually gives you the tip, which is really good for ice, is to put it into shallow water and you won't have to water them. Now, as far as seasonal crops go, if it goes out of the season, like if you say I got, no, I'm not going to take that, thank you. Say if I got onions. Okay, so they only grow during summer and spring. Now, say I got to the end of summer and it was going to autumn. Whatever is already there growing, as far as, no, that's only with pumpkins, I think. Yeah, if you don't harvest them by the end of the season, like by the end of summer, they will die off and they won't produce anything. Okay. We do something special for birthdays. Yes, so when it is somebody's birthday, you know how you go to them and you talk to them and you're like, I just want to chat. Instead of saying need anything, it'll say happy birthday, and then they'll expect you to give them a gift that they like. And each of them have a favorite type of gift, which you can also find a full list of that on the wiki underneath each character or NPC there. That will tell you what their favorite foods and items are. No, they will die on that day one. Pumpkins are different. Like pumpkins and melons, I believe, are different because they're still growing as, like the pumpkin plant itself will die off. But if you have little pumpkins that aren't ready yet, they'll continue to grow until they're ready and you can pick them. Now, I wanted to also talk about killing animals. Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that there is a particular pattern to how they attack. And this is a good way of learning how to kill them without getting killed yourself. Hang on. Another question here from Kat. Do the people bring you gifts? Okay, so they will send you randomly stuff in your mailbox from time to time. Otherwise, it's just the reward for doing what job they want you to do. Well, Clover could not exist without her Friday the 13th, so don't even. I'll try and show you some of those routines now. Oh, I've got to find... Well, nope. Okay, driving on land. Where do I need to go? I need to go this way. Right. I will forget where I put that, so I'm taking it with me. Let's go find something to kill. There's a crocodile. Okay, here's a good example. He does a really cool routine. Come here, come on. So he'll snap 3 times, and then he'll get tired, where you can hit him then. And then he'll snap twice. And he gets, oh, sometimes 3 times in a row, but yep. And then he'll go the twice. He gets tired. And generally then it'll be once, and he'll be a bit tired. Sometimes he doubles up. Oh, he's a feisty one, this one. But generally, as you can see, he never snaps more than 3 times in a row. And then he goes to twice and then once. So as long as you're aware of that and you see those little exhaustion marks above them, you know when you can hit and when you need to dodge. I love how the dress flutters in the wind. Can I wear a bag and the googly eyes at the same time? I believe you can. I've got googly eyes. Let me find the bag. Hang on. Let's see, is it called bag? Bag head? Yeah, paper bag. Yep, there we go. Oh no, it takes off the googly eyes. Okay. So no, you can't see the googly eyes through the bag. I guess that was an important question. Things that must be known. Good tip is don't stand in front of the bush devils. Yeah, well, again, they have a certain routine as well. And as long as you're aware of it and you can see when they're about to do the fire puff, then you're pretty much okay as long as you jump out of the way. Stabbing anything in the butt's always a good idea. Kangaroos, they will actually occasionally fight back, in case you didn't realise that yet. This guy isn't going to. He's like, hell no, you just hurt me too much. But they can fight back with a kick. Let's find that alpha croco and have a look at what he does. He's all the way in there. Okay. Oh, apparently I was having an Easter event over there. That's all right. We can still do that. There are so many different things that you can do with the clothing and so many different things you can wear on your head. I'm telling you, it's insane. With that one, I say just go ahead and experiment. I'm sure I have a glider somewhere. I can't remember where I put anything on this island. Do-do-do. I sometimes try and stick around for that third one and always regret it. Except for there. There you go. Is there a link span? I can't see because of the love heart. I don't know what you've said yet. Somebody say something. I can get above the love heart. Oh, can you build... sorry, I didn't see the first bit. Can you build bridges across the rivers? Yes, absolutely can. There is a length span. Yes, there's... there is definitely only so far that they will stretch. But that doesn't stop you from being able to build up a little bit of land in the middle of a huge span. Like if I wanted to put one across here... like a bridge across from here over to the other side, I would need to build a little bit up in the island to make two bridges. But it's definitely doable. For ores, most are found in areas called rough soil on the map, right? Yes, that's right. And you want to avoid digging or laying path in rough soil because it destroys it. That's correct. So if you have a look at the map here, and I did want to address this because I know that Dan was looking for billabongs before. Every time you hover over a part of your map, it'll say down the bottom there, in the middle of the screen down the bottom, exactly what it is. So if I hover over the pine forest, it says pine forest. If I hover over desert, it says desert. Same for billabongs. See, this one tells me it's billabong. Same for the plains areas and the tropics and rough soil. So if you see rough soil up there on your map, you know that there's going to be more likely to have your ores and things like that. What the hell is what? This is the alpha that we're going to. Alpha Croco. He's in here. See, he looks like... isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? We're going to get him to come out here so I can show you what he does. Come on. I'm out of food, so I'm going to quickly eat while he's chasing me. He's going to have... this is his special ability, okay? You don't want to get hit by that. That is ouchie. One way to avoid it, if you are tricky enough and you time it well enough, is you can jump on his back and it won't actually hurt you. Ouchie. But yes, as you see, you just need to sort of time your things and avoid when you can. And sneak in those hits when he's, oh, tuck it out. Oh. And I'm only using an iron spear, so it's one of the more basic weapons. I would not try and fight any alpha crocs with just a with just a tin spear or anything like that. There are cool sneaky ways to fight alphas or any animals like that. You can actually bring out your own fish and put down fish in their whatchamacallit, in their containers and block them in and then fight them. That's a fun way of doing it. I know that there are some tutorials on how to do that out there. I'm just going to run around while we heal. He wants me. Round in circles. You cannot eat me. Yes, as you can see, they all have their own little special abilities, these alphas, which can hurt. Oh, you were exhausted. I got you. See how Monty's back there and he can't get me? That's the trick I was trying to show you before. So rocks are amazing. Use your terrain, people. Use your terrain. There we go. He's down. Hey, Laura. How you doing? Okay, so now I can look at chat because I couldn't look while I was fighting him. Okay, what have we got here? Yeah, I know what a sat is. Okay, so satellite is... You do get that on your billboard as a go and investigate, and it'll be a question mark on your map. Yeah, so primate is amazing. It's got great recipes with that one. And what you do is when you get a request to go and investigate, you chop him up. And you get all the things from it like that. Of course, it adds to your permit points and stuff like that when you complete a request. How do you get a billboard? Okay, that is your very first deed that you get given. So even before John gets in there, you've got the billboard deed sitting there with Fletch waiting to be purchased. It costs 10,000, I believe, by memory. And I generally recommend putting that in first, paying that off quickly, and then putting John in, because that's where you get all your extra jobs and stuff from. Is a deed from... Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it is the very first deed, so it'll be sitting in there. And I'm on the wrong side of the tracks. Look, we can drive, but it's very slow. Whee! I'm having so much fun! Not really. If you're unfamiliar with how to get deeds, I will go back to town and I will show you. So these guys, in early game, these guys and crocodiles, kill them. Kill them. Their food is good. Their food is gold. Oh, you got all those in without putting the billboard down? Oh no. But that's all right. You can always go and get it and throw it down. It's fine. Oh, time. Yes, the muse. You got to kill the muse. Oh, it's just quarry and stuff like that. Okay. So do we have any other questions on animals and how to kill them and stuff like that? As I said, there are lots of other little tutorials out there that show you all the different sorts of ways that people have found are very effective when it comes to either, farming or, food sourcing or, basically anything to do with Dinkum. So make sure to have a look around and check out what resonates with you. Buff spec. There are so many. Can you explain some of them? Absolutely, I can. Okay. So, when it comes to buffs, what we're primarily looking at to begin with is, okay, so we've got this one here. So this one will show you here on the right-hand side, called Croco Meat. It gives you +3 to your health up there. Now, hang on a second. Okay, now I do need to look this up because I don't have it committed to memory. Okay, so all different foods and drinks and things like that have temporary beneficial effects that can enhance your character's ability or provide other advantages basically as you're doing them. This is also the reason why the dunny was made, so that you could change quickly between them without having to wait for it to wear off. So eating most foods will give you a stamina and health bonus. As you can see there, it'll give you the actual bonus to the stamina health, but it'll also give you a bonus to regaining your health and your stamina more quickly. There will be certain things like cooked fish, which I might have some over here. Let's have a look. Which give you bonuses to... That's not cooked. Okay, I don't think I've got them cooked. That's all right. Let's cook one up. It's fine. It's fine. This is shark. So I got a bit of shark here. Okay. And what it does, if you hover over it, it not only gives you bonuses to that. Oh, that's not the one that does it either. It's it is fish. Is the fish. Cooked freshwater fish. Okay, so hang on, let me get the symbols right. Let me get the symbols right. This is one I haven't bothered to pay much attention to. I'm more of a just grab your weapons, go in there and do your stuff and ignore the fact that you could have something that helps you out. So there is one there that increases your attack damage or reduces damage it's taken. That's your combat one. And that is... Come here, please. There we go. Let's have a look at the wiki. That'll help me out. Okay. There are so many. There really are. Okay, so fullness buff. That would be an image of a fork and a spoon. Yeah. Basically, the dunny does remove buffs. You go and it's the outhouse. It's the wooden outhouse one. You go in there and you go to the toilet and get rid of your food. So there are so many different buffs. There are ones that will help you to increase your fishing abilities. There's ones there that help, as I said, regain stamina and health. There is a charged buff that stops power tools from taking durability when they're used. I believe that one comes from the sparkling soup, and you use that a lot in the mines and stuff like that. There's a diligence buff that stops non-power tools and weapons from taking durability. So like your spears and stuff like that isn't powered. There's the defense buff that increases the damage, that decreases the damage dealt by enemies. So that's always really good. And all of these sorts of things come from different foods and drinks and things like that. So everything will come with their own sort of buffs, and you identify them by the little icon down in the bottom left when you hover over them. I just don't know them all off by heart at the moment, so that one is definitely get a list from the wiki. It is there. There is a help page in the journal. Absolutely there is. I've never used it, but it's there. There we go. Stamina and health. explains that. Buffs. There you go. You can look at all your buffs here. Here we go. That's easier. Now you guys can see as well. So if you're ever wondering, okay, how do I want to be better with my logging? So we would be looking for this symbol on your foods or your drinks and things like that to increase your logging buff. So as you can see, there is quite a lot, which is why I don't have any of it committed to memory. I don't know if I've got an outhouse around here. I don't think I do. Otherwise, you know what? I can just get one out. I'll show you. Now, is it called an outhouse? No, it's not. It's called... What is it called? The dunny. Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll pop it down here. So that's your dunny here. I'm going to go use it. Yep. And as you can see, it took all that food buff away from me. So I can now replace it with some fish. Maybe meat on a stick. And it'll give you different buffs up there. Which again, I can just go, okay. Nice musical poops. And we're good. Kat, you had a question about licenses that I missed. Let's have a look. Okay, I'll get back to that one about the dinks in a second, Deeds. I'm just trying to look for Kat's question. Scrolling. Can you ask me again, Kat? Because I can't seem to find it. Which ones prioritize and which ones are okay. Okay. So whenever I've gone for my deeds, especially early game, again, these are also personal choice. You'll find which ones work for you beginning of the game and which ones you can do without. It just depends how you like to do. Yes, town halls. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yes. All right. Stop talking to me, Fletch. Okay, so licenses. I will always 100% when I first go in there focus on mining, logging, and excavation. The reason why I do that is because I know Fletch wants us to do some quests to get the bars of ore and stuff like that. Plus, you can't do anything without basically wood and ore, so you need those things to build pretty much anything. Your excavation will allow you to bury your fruit crop, and I like to get that in as early as possible. Next ones would obviously be fishing and hunting. I go hunting over fishing to start with, simply because I want to get that food supply up, because I want my stamina and my health so I can take on other things I normally wouldn't be able to. I go for fishing mostly to fill the museum up and to also supply for some foods or selling, making money. Then I will generally move on to trapping, because that's a good money maker for sure. You can get that one done, and you get lots of quests on the billboard to catch animals as well, so that's a good one to have. Your handling license, I wouldn't even worry about that too much until you've got some dinks in the bank in order to afford the things that you need to have the animals in the first place. So farming is always a good one to go for next. Obviously, your animal processing license comes on with your handling license, so that you're able to get the spinning wheel and things like that to use the products that you can get from the animals. Everybody likes more pocket space. But these are only exactly that. They're quality of life. They're not essential to gameplay. Definitely building license is fantastic, but these ones would be the later ones. Your commerce license is fantastic. That opens up some stuff, but you have to get other things first before you can get that anyway. Metal detecting. Yes, metal detecting is definitely huge early game because you can make so much money. Plus, you need to get those discs in to make, not just to make money, but to be able to get your early tools and stuff like that. How do you drop spot and all that from... Oh, hang on. How do you set up the drop spot and all that for trapping jobs? Okay, so you would need to have your trapping license, of course. You can find your recipes in here. You will need to have your animal collection point. This is what actually sends them off once you've caught them. You'll need to be able to create also your traps, which I know are here somewhere. I either can't see them. Oh yeah, I've got a basic trap there at the moment. So you've got your simple, and then you've got your more advanced traps as well. They'll take different things to make. Now what you do is Mr. McPennock is very good at this one actually. He does his trapping really, really well. What you do is you can get out that... So we'll use these ones because that'll show you definitely. Collection and a collection point. So we'll take that on over with us. Yeah, so I'm going to show that right now, Tabby. Is that trapping trick? So we're going to go off and find what exactly we want. There's Sharky, and there's no jet ski or anything there. Okay. Problem with building out on the water. Where did I leave a jet ski? Lots of sharks. Over that way, okay. It does indeed. But please know, once you've placed down your collection point, you can only destroy it to pick it back up. You can't just pick it back up. As far as I know, anyway, that's what I found. I want to go somewhere tropical, which is up this end, so we'll go this way. Can you have many collection points? Yes, you absolutely can. Just if you oh my god, okay. If you have to pick it back up again, just be aware you'll need to make one again. Okay, we got some wary mews over there. There's only one. I need multiple, you guys. Come on. One time I actually want a bunch of you. Find a few things. Okay, if I wanted to collect these puppy dogs, there's this way. We can always find their den, and this is one of the puppy dog dens, the diggos. We place the traps down. These guys I can literally like push into him if I want to be that patient. See? You can literally just push the dogs in. Come on, in you go. Off he goes. So I'll just get another couple out so I can show you the wary mews. No, you can't. You can't use them for fish at all. Where do they go? They go off up into the sky, and you get the traps back and some money in the mail the next day. Again, just one? I must have been on a bit of a wearing you rampage at some stage. Here's a oh, here we go. Here we go. No, I'm not ready for you yet. You go back, so I'm not ready for you yet. Okay, so I'm going to set it up here. I'm only going to have 2 open, but be okay. I might put some more down. But there's a lot there. And then go, hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Want to come for a run? And I'm like, hi. So that's a good easy way of making a whole lot of money as well. It's just having a good trap session. Okay, critters. You can see you doing that for hours. You cannot follow the puppies on the map, no. It does work with the simple traps, yes. Okay, so critters, which are usually the ones that you find in the water. You can simply, let's see, where do we find one? Let's find one. Here, critter, critter, critter. You find them, you dive down and you grab them, basically. You don't trap them, you literally just pick them up. Oh my gosh, you've got to find where they are first. Oh, hello. Okay, so we've got one down here. See how he lets out those little bubbles? That's how you find them. And you dive down and you literally right click and pick them up. Okay, so I'll just pause for a second, see if there's any more questions there. White yabbies, there are coloured ones. Yeah, there's a couple of different types of yabbies, I believe. Show you the other ones, if I can find them. Just fishies. Lots of fishies. So we can also pick up these guys, which are the prawns. You don't catch them on a hook. And things like sea urchins. They're your critters as well. Can you cook them, or are those what you feed at the fish ponds? So there are some go into the fish pond, some can be cooked, yeah. So like prawns you can cook. Yeah, that's right, Tabby. So if you have like a certain quest on the board that says, you know, they're paying extra for, as she was saying, bush devils, go and catch your bush devils. At least you'll get some more decent money out of it. I'll just hold for a second, see if you guys got any more questions around this area. That's right. So you do have to have a look at either with the machine books or with just experimenting, just walk up and put them in. Some will be cookable, some will be used to breed your fish in your fish ponds, some will be used in, say, just on the grill as well. Okay, will it automatically go to the person that posted the quest then? Will what automatically go to them? If you mean, no. So no one person actually posts in, okay, go get me some bush devils. That it's actually like a company that says like, we're paying extra for these and today, and that's where your critters fly off to when you send them off. Silent trapping, what are good ways to make dinks? Well, there are several different ways that people like to do it. There are people that prefer to cook food and sell that off. There are people who like to make a whole lot of like fruit salad and stuff and sell that off. There are people who like to go around doing your metal detecting and selling off all the extra stuff that they find through that. There are so many different ways that you can make dinks. It's really easy to keep above once you're able to produce that certain amount. So let's have a look here. Go in here. Other people like to do the farming to get dinks. Like they'll just build massive farms and plant it all up and then sell everything. That is really good when it comes to being at that stage, of course. And how many animals can be sent off with balloons in a day? No, there's no limit on how many you can send off. The limit is however many traps you can make and animals you can catch. So do you think there are any other sort of like early game confusions that you guys have been finding? So I know that you've had lots and lots of questions throughout the different streams. Yeah, with that one you need to do a bit of research. Especially to find which fish are the high ones. Early game, that's not really all that feasible because one, you've got to find Ted Selly in the first place, and he can be a bit elusive. Two, you've got to know what fish you're catching and also have the appropriate rod to be catching it. Otherwise, it's sort of very difficult. But it's definitely good for later on. You have to think now, Kat, you've asked a lot of questions. Yes, you have. Don't forget to just pipe up, guys, in the background, any of you lurkers out there. If you do have a question, no questions, dumb question. It's all about, community and having fun and making sure that we have the most enjoyable experience possible. I'm trying to think of what would help Dan the most. Yeah, I think just getting Dan in and getting him into a bit of a routine would be the best help for him. As I said, it can be difficult to manage that routine early on. I will literally have days where I ignore everything and just go out and farm, as in forage and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that's the same as most foods. As I said, like some people like to do it in the way of doing foods. A lot of people might do it as far as coconut crops or cooking up a bunch of apples. And there's all sorts of different ways you can. Okay, so you get the bug and fish book by donating to the museum, which I think is just here. Okay, so we have our museum here, and he will sell them, Theodore will sell them at the back here. So this is the fish book. I'll just buy it and give you a look. I'm sure I've got one somewhere, but let's just have a look at this. So we've got our fish book, and the bug book does similar to what this does. I'll take you out and show you. So all you have to do is stand somewhere near water where there's fish, open it up, and oh look, it says I haven't caught that one yet. I should catch that one. So let's do that. Because it's been so long since I've been on this island, there will be new fish here that I have not caught yet. Nope, I'm gonna have to go over there to get him. I don't want to catch the shark. I don't want to track the shark, you see. Even though I can. No, you're not allowed to have it. No. There we go. Nope. Too early. Let's nab this one up. A black and white snapper. I didn't have that. That's odd. So, as I said, like that's how it'll appear, like with question marks over its head. Otherwise, it'll show you the actual fish. If you can see there, the blue fish, and how many dinks it'll give you if you sell it. So this one fish is worth 1,560 dinks. Yeah, you need to donate a certain amount into the museum before he'll actually sell them. But here, have a fish. Where'd you go? Oh, you do have that one. Oh, did it swim away? Oh, shush. It must have swum away, and that wasn't it. No idea. How can you be not knowing what you are when I've caught you? Obviously, you're here. You're a marlin, see? Unless somebody else put it there for decoration. But yeah, it's good for going out into the ocean and figuring out which fish you need, or when they ask you for quests and stuff. It's a pity that you can't get it super early on. Look at all that. Apparently I don't know any fish. But yeah, so that's those. Yeah, he's always passive aggressive. Yes, there's marlins, there's all sorts of fish. You can catch barramundi in the rivers. That's my favourite. I love barramundi. I miss Theodore. He arrived when I did that tour of Specs and lost 2 days, so I have to... Oh no! I'm sorry, Kat. That's no good. For early mine goers, for when you want to start doing your mine runs, I do recommend getting your hunting skill up so that you can get an iron spear before going in. And also making sure to get those bonus foods for your health and your stamina. And not going in on cactus figs. Repairing tools. Yes, of course. Alright, how it works is... Let's go see if we've got some broken tools over here. Actually, where is Franklin? Where have I got Frankie? Frankie baby, where are you? You are... Where have I got you? Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay, that's where you are. Over that way. Oh, he's not at work. It's a Saturday. Alright. We'll sleep a couple of days. Get him back at work. I mean, I did find it, like, I'm all for people exploring and finding their way around a game, but I did find it funny that he didn't notice that the cactus fig was taking away his health, for sure. That is the bird catching competition, lady. So you know how that there's events in the islands. Well, one of them is a bug catching competition where you go out and you catch bugs all day. We're not going to worry about that today. Okay, Monday is good. Let's go visit Franklin. These are the gacha machines I was talking about. I love them. They just spit out the most random stuff in the beginning. It can be a real gem. And as you see, Franklin will always have 3 blueprints to choose from and a repair kit. So we need to have the repair table from him first, which I believe I have over there. And then we buy a repair kit. 30,000, that's what I thought it was, yeah. And then what you do is you want to get every single item that isn't rechargeable, that is broken and that you can fit into your inventory, because it won't do just for one item, it'll do for whatever you are actually carrying. Yeah, 3 now, Tabby, yeah. You'll rage and uninstall for an hour if you get poo out of one of them. Well, it does happen, it does happen. Now, I don't know where I've got everything, but I can have a look here. I believe... I did not name these eskies. So I'm gonna figure out where my stuff is. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. Do we have any stubby things? Maybe I have them in my jump boxes. No. It'd be good if I had something that's broken that I can show you. And that's paving. Oh my god, okay, fine, go upstairs. Eat here, cook here, sleep here. Does it have pockets? Okay, so I don't know where I have any weaponry that is actually broken. But what you'd do is that you'd fill your inventory up with all of it, and then you'd come over to your repair bench, which is this. And you'd click on it, and I'd simply say use repair kit to repair all the tools in your pockets. You'd say yes, and then everything in your pockets that's even slightly broken will be fully repaired. That's all right, I don't mind. I can always take Danny in. Hey Sam, how you doing? Welcome in. I know I said hello to Laura, but hi Laura. Been a lot of questions, which is that what this is for, so that's fine. That's why it's a good idea to save a few of each tool before they break. Yeah, you absolutely can. I find in the very, very beginning though that because I know that the bench is going to cost so much to get in, I know the kit's going to cost so much to get in, I would rather just sell the tool just before it breaks and then get a new one. And that I find is the most efficient way until I've got a few dinks behind me and I can get that going. I think we might have covered everything from this morning and all the questions that were being asked in Dan's stream. Can you guys think of anything more that you'd like to know? Yes, you can sell used tools, absolutely. John will take anything. Absolutely anything. It does become, Deeds, it does work out. It does become a lot better later on when your higher tier tools and things are breaking, and you don't want to spend the ore on them when you need ore for other stuff. So it's sometimes easier to repair all of your iron, like your iron level stuff, rather than use the iron for your tools when you need it for something else. What's your favorite part of the game to do? Design, actually. To be honest, I love to design and make everything look pretty and unique and do fun things like that. Mine runs are always cool, and I do find multiplayer to be a lot of fun. Should a person keep 10 of everything and sell the rest when you need easy money? That's always a good round figure to do, yeah. Except for with your food. Like if you're running low on food, don't sell your food. You need it in order to get more stuff to begin with. Hoard your keys, hoard your discs, hoard contraptions, hoard pearls, opals. Yeah, don't be selling those ones. I would say those 5 things are definitely don't sell them. Oh, and for those of you that were asking about housing and if you can get them bigger, okay, so this is an upgraded from your tent, and this is its size upgraded, so it can actually get quite big inside. There's lots more funky things that you can put in your home now than when I first did this, so. Seasons affect your crops, not your food. Except for mushrooms. Mushrooms only grow in autumn, so they won't grow in any other season. Yeah, it is a bit of a TARDIS. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite things, is the designing and the decorating. But there is a whole community out there, guys. So anybody that's new, Deeds, Kat, Dan, Tabby, Laura, anybody that hasn't been playing very often or anything like that, go ahead and join the Dinkum Discord. Like it's full of very, very helpful people. And that's where you can get a lot of hints and tips. You can see a lot of people's work. You can see who's actually, creating content. You can really get in the discussions, and it's really fantastic. Is there anything that creates lag? Yes, all the decorations. All the decorations, the more you put in, the lagger it gets, trust me. Not for me personally, but I find when people visit my islands, definitely. Yes, particular mushrooms grow in particular areas, so under certain trees. Yeah. There's absolutely a way to create those areas. You can terraform the island however you like. So I actually have on my main island, I've got a tree farm, but I have not just your gum trees and your pine trees and that sort of thing, but I've also got a mangrove area, because there are particular mushrooms that grow in mangrove areas. So what you do is you just change the dirt to mud, and that automatically creates your mangrove area. And then if you put your certain grasses down, that'll create those areas. So your tropical grass will create your tropical area, your fir grass will create your fir areas, so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The grass or the type of dirt. So you've got your obviously your muds and things like that as well. That'll change the biome or how the area reacts biome wise. But I think we might leave it there for today, folks. I hope you guys got a lot out of that and that's answered a few questions and it'll make the beginning part of your games a lot easier, a lot more smooth. If anybody, when do you start getting rental properties? Now, this is something, because I did take a bit of a hiatus, this is something I have not fully explored, but I'll just have a bit of a quick look there. Okay, so in Dinkum, you can start getting the rental properties by placing a rental sign from John's Goods in front of a guest house. So as soon as you get your guest houses, that's when you can actually place them down and put your rental sign out the front, and that's what creates the rental properties. But yeah, I will call it here. If you guys have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask in the Dinkum Discord, in my Discord, you know, in any way that you like, because it really is a fantastically open community. So don't be afraid to step in there because there's no dumb questions. It's a fantastic game and we just want to all be having fun. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time. Take care and stay amazing, everyone.
Get a medal in the end. No one's gonna give you any credit. I was playing a game, but no one else seemed to participate, and I can't believe I got so judgy. I don't know what got into